What is up, guys? It's Sky, and today I want to talk about the rolling scissors. It's something that kind of came in vogue with the Battlefield 3 dogfighting community way back in the day, and it's something that's been kind of misrepresented. It's very misunderstood by most people that fly planes in Battlefield. I'll break down what exactly it is in this video, show you some of the techniques that I've been working on, and show you some gameplay footage on how you should engage someone in a rolling scissors. First things first, the rolling scissors is not exactly a move or a technique that you execute, but it's more so a specialized type of turning battle between you, the defender, and an attacker that's behind you. Without getting too technical, it's essentially the defender, you, barrel rolling away from an attacker and trying to force an overshoot. As you're all probably already familiar, a barrel roll is basically you just pitching, yawing, and rolling in a certain direction. The benefit of the barrel roll from an energy fighting perspective is that you're keeping your speed, so you're keeping your energy, but at the same time you're stopping or greatly slowing your forward movement, and at the same time you're changing your angles so that it's harder for your opponents to get angles on you. But it's not just as simple as just executing barrel rolls, so I'll cut in some live commentary and I'll show you what a rolling scissors is, how you should engage it, and some of the techniques that I've been working on. What is up, guys? It's Sky, and I'm jumping on an empty server on Sinai Desert to show you some things about the rolling scissors and what I've been working on. First things first, I'll demonstrate what a barrel roll does for you. So say for instance, I'm flying at the city here, flying in a straight line. I'll fly at the city again and do some wide barrel rolls. And it's going to slow my progress toward the city. But the advantage of the barrel rolls is that you keep your speed. You're not putting on the brakes to slow your forward progress. So if you have a tail and you're doing a barrel roll and they don't follow it and they don't hit the brakes, they're going to overshoot you. Now, I've already explained what a rolling scissors is. It's basically you doing barrel rolls as a defender and the attacker trying to follow you. Now, one of the worst things you can do is just keep doing this, a tight barrel roll, even if you put on the brakes. A tight barrel roll is not going to accomplish too much because your attacker can just put on the brakes and you're still flying away from your attacker and he's still going to get angles on you, whether he puts on the brakes or he puts on the brakes and follows you. It's one of the worst things you can do, and I see a lot of people do this and it's pretty much useless. I think that some people have gotten the idea that this is what a rolling scissors is, and it's not, or at least it's not the best way to engage it. The best way to engage a rolling scissors is to make a wide turn toward your opponent. This is generally the best way to do it. But this in and of itself is still not going to be that good. Pretty decent pilots can follow this move. So rolling scissors is just like any other turning battle. You gotta be able to switch. But how do you do that? Well, what if I put a tight one, do a tight one here, all of a sudden I switch to the right. Put another tight one here, and then I've turned around again 360 degrees. So just like any turning battle, you want to try to get out of view of your opponent, turn toward them. If they're spotted on the mini map, it helps a lot. Try to get out of view and then switch. Here I'm going to switch down, decrease my elevation down and to the right. And then I'll switch here, increase my elevation up and to the right. And just like any turning battle, it's all about turning away from your opponent, not toward them, and then switching at the right time. Another thing that you should avoid is doing this. Switching in the other direction. Seems good, but really Most of the time when you do this, you're just going to turn back toward your opponent and give him angles on you. Now obviously not every situation is the same. If you can read that your opponent, basically if you read that your opponent's on a certain side and the best move to make is to switch your direction, then do so. But in a heated battle, more often than not, you're going to want to keep turning. Keep turning. Switch down to the right. And hopefully, he's lost sight of you. Here I'll switch down. Let's do it even better. Down to the right. And hopefully he's lost sight of you at this point. But just like any turning battle, keep turning. Hopefully that helps a little bit. And I'm sure a lot of you guys have heard of the rolling scissors, and you've probably heard the same things before, that it's some kind of ultimate defensive maneuver. No, it's not. It's just a type of turning battle, and it works best in close quarters if your attacker is right behind you. And it's really one of the things you can try if you get surprised. If you take someone on a head-on, then there's other things you can do, like a simple just switching turning battle, like I showed you in the last video I did. Here you see me get the better of a fighter plane pilot in an attack plane, and it can be one of the things you can try in an attack plane because you're just so slow that a traditional turning battle can be tough, but you're not going to be able to shake great fighter plane pilots. Don't get me wrong. Here in the gameplay, you'll see me perform the rolling scissors against the fighter plane and a fighter plane, always a situation where it'll work the best. The thing to note about the rolling scissors is that in public matches, 99% of the time, people probably won't follow your barrel rolls. They may stick with it for a little bit, but they won't be able to follow them, so in public matches, this can actually be really useful. That's the thing about the rolling scissors, is that you have to follow them. You can't put the brakes on because the defender is keeping their speed, so they're going to be able to outmaneuver you if you put on the brakes. At the same time, you have to follow their barrel rolls, or else you're going to overshoot them. Anyways guys, I had some more gameplay footage, but I wanted to keep this video a little more short and sweet. Hope you guys learned a lot. Give me any questions you have in the comments. Thanks for watching guys, and I'll catch you later.